How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And today we're going to be talking about BBIG. If you guys remember what I said in my video yesterday, I wanted us to turn $3.30 as an area of support. It was a prior area of resistance, and we were able to close just above it. So what does this mean? Things are still looking good, even though we had a slight pullback inside of the market. I won't waste any more time. Let's get into the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you're a shareholder or you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to go over is the technical analysis. We're going to be taking a look at the overall price action. We want to know support. We want to know resistance. We want to know what it looks like in the bearish case scenario and as well as in the bullish case scenario. And then we're going to go on Fintel, taking a look at the recent institutional ownership and short interest information. The reason why this is important because it does have an impact on the way the stock performs. And then we're going to take a look at the order flow distribution. We want to know the buying and the selling behavior on the institutional side and as well as on the retail side. And then when all of that is done, we'll be going into the final thoughts and as well as some more details. So let's get to it. So we're going to do a technical analysis for BBIG. Let's see how it performed on the day. So it ended up closing at $3.38, being down 5.85%. On the low, it tested $3.32, and then on the high, testing $3.83. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, you can see we traded at 47.493 million shares, and the average volume over 10 trading days being at 34.319 million shares. So we did have above average volume on the day, and this was beneficial because we ended up seeing a high of 383. But of course, with the choppiness we had inside of the market, we had a pullback. Now, when we take a look at our chart, which is a daily chart, we can see from the RSI down below, it is at 52.42. So pretty much right there in the middle. And then when we take a look at our moving averages here on the chart, we are below the 100-day, the 200-day, but we are above the 50-day and as well as the 21-day EMA. So this is why I say BBIG is not done as of yet. We still see strength inside of the chart. We were able to close at 338. Remember what I was talking about, that I wanted us to have support at 330 because it was a prior resistance level? So that's exactly what we got today, and we ended up seeing a high of 383. I was really looking forward to us to get to around this 390 level, but we were unable to do that. But again, we still made some strong progress. So going into tomorrow, if we see strength inside of the market, I would love for us to retest that 383 and then possibly make that move going to $4. We know that $4 is a psychological area for this stock. So if we end up getting there, there could be a good amount of selling pressure. But one thing to keep in mind though, when the market is strong, BBIG works alongside with it. And the fact that we are still above the 50-day and as well as the 21-day EMA, there's nothing to be worried about as of yet. If we end up having a pullback and so forth, of course I want to see us hold up around $3.22, but you guys know already, as long as we hold up this $3 level, things continue to look good. So let's see how it performs going into tomorrow. So we're going to take a look at the short interest information for BBIG. Scrolling down on the page, green rows indicate new positions while red rows indicate closed positions. So we're going to take a look at the recent filings for February the 10th. So we have Teacher Retirement System of Texas that purchased 18,161 shares. We also have Hightower Advisors LLC. They had puts with a total of about 30 shares. And then we see Hightower LLC that purchased 14,200 shares. We also have JP Morgan and Chase Company that purchased 11,698 shares. And we also have Citigroup here that purchased 73,812 shares. So we see institutions that have been showing interest in BBIG. Now, when we take a look at the short interest, the dark pool short volume ratio is at 41.93%. And then for the dark pool short volume, it is just over 17.23 million shares. Scrolling down further on the page, the short shares availability is at 15,000, updated 3 minutes ago. And then for the short ball fee rate being at 78.48%. So again, we're actually seeing that creep up a little bit. And now when we take a look at the history of the short volume, we can see for the close of the 8th, it was at 55.54. And then for the close of the 9th being at 41.93. So that is a significant difference right there. But regardless, BBIG does have short squeeze potential. And it's why if we have that buying volume coming into the stock, we can see those moves that we're looking for. We want to get past past that 390 level. Hey, we might be able to get it sometime next week. We're just going to have to be patient, wait and see. So now let's move on to the order flow distribution. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for BBIG. So for the inflow, it's at 34.16, and then on the outflow, it's at 39.14. So it was an outflow day, not surprising. Analyzing numbers even further, on the large, it was 0.46. On the medium, it was 25.81, and then on the small, it was 7.89. Taking a look at the outflow side, you can see on the large, it was 0.94. On the medium, it was 29.56, and on the small, it was 8.64. Taking a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days, you can see for February the 10th, which today ended up being that outflow of 481.73. Keep in mind, this is in the thousands. When we analyze numbers even further for the small scale orders that tends to represent the retail side, we had more selling than we had buying. And then when we take a look at the large, which represents whales, institutions, or funds, we had more selling than we had buying. And then when we take a look at the turnover ratio, it was at 34.88%. So yes, this is up there, but for a stock like BBIG, we're quite used to this. But be aware, there are a lot of traders that are going in and out of this play, and due to the fact we were able to get to the $3.80 range, that is a big move. Of course, we had volatility in the market, and you can see there was a good amount of selling pressure towards the end of the day. Now, let's go into the final thoughts, and we'll go over some more details as well. So for my final thoughts for BBIG, in regards to the price action, it definitely went according to plan. Like I said, we wanted to see most preferably support hold at $3.30, which was a prior resistance level. So we ended up closing at $3.38. But first, let's talk about the high of the day. We ended up getting to $3.83, but you guys know already, I wanted us to break through that 360. We knew there was going to be a breakout, and the next move we were looking for was around $3.91. We didn't end up getting that due to the fact that the market did pull back towards the end of the day. But you guys were prepared for that. I told you, look out for that CPI data. Plus, on top of that, we already know as far as the market conditions are concerned, keep an eye on the 10-year yield. This is a tech stock at the end of the day. So if tech has a pullback, so if you see the 10-year that's well above 2% like we saw today, it was inevitable this was going to happen, and I was happy I was able to prepare you guys for it. I got some messages saying, Dre, you know what? I got into BBIG and I was able to grab some profits. And now I know what the next question is going to be. What if we have some weakness going into the market for tomorrow, Dre? So what I'm going to be looking for, let's see if we can hold up 330. If we cannot hold up 330, we know for a fact if we hold up the $3 level, things still continue to look good, because there is a lot of demand in the market for BBIG shares. Plus, on top of that, when we took a look at the short interest information, it does continue to have short squeeze potential. And also when we take a look at the short borrow fee, it is still fairly high, being just under 80%. So for any short seller that wants to jump into this play, they're taking on a lot of risk. And if we end up seeing some strength in the tech sector, BBIG could really start taking off. And I know a lot of you agree with me on this one. We want to get past that psychological area right at $4. And I feel that is very doable, especially if we have strong conditions in the market. But I'm seeing this happen going into next week, unless we just have a lot of momentum coming through the sector on Friday. I'm not seeing that, but hey, I'll take it anyways. I got a position in here. I know many of you got positions as well, and we want to see $4. You guys already know this is what I'm looking for. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I can't wait to see how this stock performs going into tomorrow. We'll talk soon.